And then, of course, to the right, it's kind of hard to see with the roof on this thing, but that's El Capitan coming up on the right. Perhaps the largest piece of exposed granite in the world. It rises over 3,000 feet straight up above the valley floor. And it's one solid piece of granite. Now, towards the end of the summer, there's not going to be this much water, just a little trickle, you know, but still there's always some. And on a windy day, see, it's not very windy now. The water's coming down pretty straight. On a windy day, the wind kind of blows the water up and over and back sometimes. And also, it makes the water drift across, looks like a bride's veil. Plus, the early pioneers, I don't think there were many women here, so they were, you know, wishful thinking, so they named it Bridal Veil. Now, Bridal Veil, probably the most common name for a waterfall in North America, so it's not very original. And the pioneer legend about Bridal Veil is if you stare at Bridal Veil for more than a minute without blinking, you'll be married within a year. So wait, I got about 20 seconds to go. Hold on a second.
If I'd have written the script, I could have gotten a better day out.
Yeah, no, I know.
There, if it doesn't pose a danger to people or buildings, they'll let it burn. They'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get out of hand, keep an eye on the weather so it doesn't get too windy, and just let it run its course. In fact, when the fire comes up to the road's a natural barrier, the Park Service will start the fire on the opposite side of the road to continue it, because if the road wasn't here, the fire would just continue on. So fire is an important element in the ecology of the park. In fact, the giant sequoias. Have you been to the giant sequoias?
Yeah.
You have. So you've seen those magnificent trees. And they found out that, you know, there's no new baby sequoias. They couldn't figure out why until they realized there hadn't been a fire in that grove for decades. And the sequoias, they need fire to sprout because the seed is very tiny. It's about the size of a oatmeal flake. And when it hits the ground, the taproot only goes down about an inch. So if it lands on top of duff, which is, you know, on the forest floor, the needles and stuff is called duff. Well, if that's more than an inch deep, it won't be able to reach the soil. So what fire does, it cleans up that duff, exposes mineral soil, and the seeds are able to sprout. Also, the fire helps the cones on the giant sequoia to open and drop the seeds.